So this is a day in the life of the traveler. I'm learning more about you all the time.
Good morning! Looks like you're awake. Yep, yep! I prepared some breakfast today. Please have a taste. It's nice to have you here so we can eat something yummy. Well, now that I've recovered from Elazar, I'm feeling better than ever. And Paimon bets they're all delicious! Oh, by the way, someone brought a letter for you after you went to sleep last night. Nope. Paimon wanted to read the letter with you after you woke up. So Oh, it's from Nilu! Ahem. We're going to hold a feast at the Grand Bazaar and celebrate as heroes of Sumeru. Please be sure to attend. I'll wait for you. Oh, I've also heard that you've become heroes here as well. That's amazing. Sometimes I'm really envious of strong and confident people like you. Oh, you're embarrassing me. Anyway, let's go to the Grand Bazaar to have a... Oh, before you leave, be sure to inform Master Tainari. Everyone hold hands. Oh.
I want to experience life in the city. How many...
Tainari!
Ah, good morning.
We feel much better. How about you?
I'm recovering well, thanks for asking.
But from the looks of it, you seem to be already...
It's fine, I'm not that busy. The Elazar patients have recovered, as well as Hypatia. For now, I only...
It seems once Irminsul started getting better, everything...
Yes, but there are still some residual. The withering is one example. Though it won't spread anymore, the existing zones won't just disappear. We forest...
By the way, we have some good news.
This news is hardly new. He had already mentioned it to me before.
Huh? You mean he was already here?
He visited once, but he was afraid of disturbing you while you were resting.
And you probably already know all about the celebration.
Celebration feast? No,
Huh? But didn't Nilu say in her letter that they would celebrate...
Perhaps. Or, I'll...
Come to think of it, Sino doesn't seem like the type who'd enjoy a celebration feast. You and Kale are both Sino's close friends. Why don't you come to the...
Kale has taken over some of my tasks these days. You see, some VIPs have come to the forest recently.
Huh?
Well, technically speaking, they are former VIPs. The sages involved in recent incidents have begun their training in the event.
Huh?
Yes, he's a little weak, but he isn't injured, and Lesser Lord Kusanali, in her boundless mercy, has decided to spare Azar and the other wrongdoers. Supposedly, they were ashamed of their shout. When they learned that Lesser Lord Kusanali had defeated the Balladeer and saved Irminsul, they were shocked at first, but also became happy, feeling that the sacred light guiding them on the path of discovery. As a result, work has increased.
That sounds really exhausting.
There is nothing we can do, really. But that's another topic. Back to the matter at hand.
Ah, right! We're here to request permission to head out.
You've recovered well. You may go. But be careful.
Yay! Will do!
Well, there won't be any problems if the feast starts at that time. Everything has already been prepared.
Mr. Zubair, I finished telling things up here. Well, except for the guest.
Is a simple reply really that much to ask?
Oh, it'll be fine. Besides, it never hurts to...
I was thinking the same thing. Hey, Nilu! Traveler, Paimon! We got your letter, so here we are! You're the best! The other guests haven't even replied yet. Huh? Are we the only ones that have arrived? Yeah, I had someone deliver letters to all of our guests. But maybe everyone is still busy with other things.
Look, I get it. Sumeru is in an extremely important period of transition, right? Nilu is Sumeru's #1 celebrity, after all. You have no idea how happy...
If you consider enjoying Nilu's dances having good taste, then almost everybody... Because Paimon thinks everybody will love her.
That's right. We all think she's amazing too. Nilu is an absolute favorite among those of us who frequent the Grand Bazaar. For Outlanders, you have a great eye. Master Zubair, let's have a vote for the most outstanding audience members next time.
Nonsense! It is not for us to determine. But indeed, we could try giving gifts to people with particularly good taste. I heard there's a device in Fontaine.
Ooh, good idea.
You guys are so funny. There's always a lot going on at the Grand Bazaar. Yeah, and that's why Traveler and Paimon, could you help confirm if for some reason they didn't receive the letters, then please tell everyone that... Yeah, we can also check out how everything in Sumeru is going now. When I wrote the letters, as for Sino, we've only heard that I'm not too sure about Ramon's whereabouts. As for Dunyarzad, I just hope she's feeling better. I sent her a letter, but I was afraid of Okay, got it. Let's go, Traveler.
Welcome! Get your spices here. We've got all kinds. Every item I sell.
We haven't seen Al-Haytham anywhere. Let's ask that person over there. Hey there, have you seen Al-Haytham?
Yes, it seems Scribe Al-Haytham has gone to the House of Dana. But you're already the second group of people I've seen looking for him today.
Oh? Who else was looking?
Mr. Cave was just here asking about him. You wouldn't believe how terrible their relationship. Don't tell me everyone's here looking for gossip about the sages.
No way! We're strictly here on business.
Ah, I see. Sorry, I thought maybe everyone's as interested in rumors of...
Oh, Hatham should be around here somewhere, right? Oh, he's over there! But it looks like he might not have...
Just put down that worthless book and tell me what happened in the academia.
This is not just some worthless book. Do you have any...
It doesn't matter. It's probably just another thing that you used your authority to get your hands on anyway. Just put it aside.
Oh, you sound surprised.
Would I be here asking you if I knew? You're the scribe, not me.
Well, I almost became a sage.
Huh?
Oh, don't sound too surprised now. You're the renowned Kaveh, light of the Ksharawar. Besides...
Why do I feel like you don't really mean it?
Huh. What makes you say that? Why would you...
Maybe it's because you've never said anything good about...
Yeah, well, I share a similar sentiment. And anyone who knows you as well as I...
You... See? This is why I hate discussing anything with you. You're ridiculous and...
It seems that you really can't...
Ha! What was your first clue?
Well, then you might as well move out of my house.
Are you threatening me? Stooping to a new low? Ugh. And don't change the subject. You, a sage? What a joke. The academia might as well just close tomorrow.
Are they having a fight?
Forget what's going on with the academia. Haven't you been busy with your...
Don't get me started. I get angry.
So, what great building did our master...
Like I need to tell you. Keep your nose out of my...
No, I think we deserve to know. Where were you when Sumeru needed you most?
I was in the desert for a large project, but considering Haravatat's utter ignorance of architectural and aesthetic matters, you probably... which is truly unfortunate. I can only pity the man... Hold on, wait a second. What do you mean?
Well, while you were out fiddling around in the desert, many people...
Ha! And you think I...
Look, all you really need to know is that Azar and all his accomplices of...
Huh? What nonsense are you talking?
It's no skin off my nose if you don't believe me. It's not like my Darshan was the one trying to apply for funding from the Grand Sage.
You know what? I'll ask around. I'm sure someone knows what's going on here. You're dead if I find out you're lying to me.
Oh, it's you two. What's the matter?
We're running some errands for Nilu. Have you received her letter?
Letter?
Nilu said she sent out a letter inviting everyone to a celebration feast in 2 days at the Grand Bazaar.
If she addressed the letter to all Hatham of the Academia, then the letter should have gone to... I've been busy these days, so I haven't had time to check for any new mail at my office.
Have you always been so busy with...
Of course not. I'm only busy these days because several sages have been dismissed recently, and the whole...
Kainari told us they all went to train in the Avidia Forest. Apparently they...
That is already the best possible ending for the likes of them. 4 of the 6 great sages were possessed by their desire for power and attempted to create a new god. In order to pull it off, they even imprisoned the other 2 rational sages. To imagine such things could take place in the academia.
Yeah, you're right. kind of strange to hear them called that.
Yes, at least that's how they're supposed to sound. It's said that when the Academia was first founded, the Dendro Archon herself established the 6 great schools. Numerous Darshans have sprung up and faded. Only the 6 Darshans, attaching themselves to the 6 great schools, have stood the test of time and obtained permanent seats in the Academia. Now, the 6 Darshans are nearly synonymous with the 6 great schools, and the leaders selected for the schools are the 6 great sages. Among the 6 great sages, there is one central leader, the Grand Sage. Unfortunately, only the sages from Vahumana and Amorta remain now. They were...
So who's managing things in the other 4 schools now? Do they need to find some...
Yes. Normally, new sages are
Oh, didn't you just say something about becoming a sage? If they pick you, then we'd have a huge connection in Sumeru.
Yes, about that. You didn't let me finish The person in charge of personnel affairs nominated me to be the Grand Sage in place of Azar and help Lesser Lord Kusanali manage the Academia. But
Huh? But... why? Ugh.
I'm not even interested in being one of the 6 great sages. Like I said before.
Oh, all right. So are you busy?
That's not my job either. I'm only responsible for handling important affairs within the Academia before the... And the first thing I'll do is reject Kasharawar's application for
By the way, who was that other person?
Do we look like friends?
Paimon doesn't know. That's why Paimon's
His name is Kaveh, my roommate. You could say he's the representative for Ksharawar, which is exactly why he always has...
So everything that's happened recently must be a huge change for the people of Sumeru.
Such is the work of the Academia Scribe.
Well, anyway, no matter how busy you are, since you are our planner, remember to attend the celebration.
All right, I'll see you there.
Hola.
Sumeru's specialty spices.
This is Port Ormos. Now where could...
Is that Paimon I hear?
Espera, voy.
Huh?
It's been a while. How are you doing?
Dinyarzad! It's been
I'm doing well. I can go as far as saying I don't know if you've heard, but Elazar has completely disappeared, and all the patients have recovered.
You kidding? Knowing them and the connections they've got, I'm sure they've heard about it. That's right. My lady is feeling better now, so I'm a...
Why do you still call me that, Dia? You've already informed my father of your resignation.
I guess I'm just used to calling you my lady.
Resignation? You mean?
Yeah, I might start losing my edge if I keep being a bodyguard for the Homayanis.
You know that my parents and I are fond of you, and that we appreciate you very much.
I'm not a woman that's easily persuaded. You should know that by now. When I took this job, I had already decided that I'd quit as soon as you'd recovered. It's time for me to get back.
So what are you gonna do now if you're not gonna be?
I want to take a risky job and put my body to the testing.
Huh? But we literally just finished one of the most dangerous jobs ever. Are you getting bored already?
I know. If I hadn't joined in that plan with you, I wouldn't have come up with this idea. I guess I still get fired up by that feeling of going all out in a fight. It made me realize life is short, and I'm happy that I got to be a part of that operation. But the whole thing also made me realize that there are still many problems in Sumeru. And as...
Well, I remember a friend had someone bring you a message.
You mean I'll hate them? I didn't expect him to still remember that.
We just came from talking with Alhaitham.
Did he tell you that he suggested that I come work at the academia?
What?
I heard that Azar and his cronies fell from power, and Alhaitham told me that now was a good time to find a job in the academia.
Whoa. Paimon can't see you being anything other than a mercenary.
Me neither. But I think Dia would look...
Ugh, forget about it. I wouldn't last 10 seconds in there. Alhaitham probably just liked the way I worked and knew I'm good in a fight. So he suggested I find...
But you know, if you take him up on the offer, Sino might actually agree and let you become a Matra. Because you're super amazing.
The Matra have all the talent they need as long as they have Sino. In fact, I chose this job from the very start because I knew it'd be right up my alley.
Even if being a mercenary means facing all kinds of danger.
A lion has to return to the wild sooner or later. If anything, being your bodyguard has been unfamiliar.
I don't want to see you go, but I'll
I'm glad to hear you say that. Come on, no need for the sad face. It's not like we'll never meet again. Once the whole Dendro Archon thing is settled, everything in Sumeru will take a turn for the better. But a peaceful society will probably mean less demand for mercenaries like me. Before long, we'll be a dying breed. So I'd better get to work while...
Huh? But wait a second.
Well, no, not yet at least. I promised my lady I'd stick around.
So, have you been in Port Ormos this entire time?
Did Nilu...
She heard that you were seen in Port Ormos, so she sent the letter...
Huh. It was probably sent to the inn that we're staying. My lady has been very energetic lately, and keeps taking me on hikes, staying out even into the night. By the time we get back, the
Right, and we tend to leave quite early in the morning, so the old man on duty is...
So what it really sounds like is that the person on duty is...
I bet the letter's at the reception desk.
No wonder there wasn't a reply. You never received the letter. Good thing Nilu asked him.
Sorry to make you two come all the way.
It must be something important for Nilu to specifically...
Yes, she said they were preparing a victory feast in the Grand Bazaar, and will also be
Great! I'll be sure to...
Count me in, too. But is there some sort of dress code or anything for the feast?
Since it's being organized by Nilu, I don't think she'll be too picky about that. If anything, I think she won't...
All right, then this is how I'll show up.
The feast will be held in 2 days, so don't forget.
Sure.
Thank you so much for letting us know.
Oh, by the way, do you happen to know where Sino and Raman are?
The General Mahamatra always comes and goes without a trace. Normally no one...
Oh.
But last time we met, he mentioned that he had something to do in our village. As for Rahman, your guess is as good as mine. I only remember he said that he had something to discuss. Don't mention it. You'd better...
All right, on to our next stop. It's been a while since we last visited. Ah, there's Sino!
What brings you here?
We recovered well, and Tanari agreed to let us leave.
It seems Gandharvaville's medical treatment is still as good as ever.
And Tanari is recovering.
That's good to hear.
Yeah, you're the one who brought us to him when we lost consciousness.
You're welcome. Tainari has excellent medical skills, and Kale is quite a...
But why are you just standing?
I'm meeting some people.
Oh, you mean...
I've already talked with Candace and the village chief. They're still at the usual place, but you know one of the people I'm meeting as well.
Oh, by King Deshret's blessing, my friend suddenly appears in the desert. Don't tell me you've run into trouble.
Roman! And... Huh? Sataria?
Oh, you know me?
Oh, well, you're pretty famous in the academia.
Don't worry, these are our friends. No need to be...
I see.
I'm doing well. Many good things have happened recently.
Same here. Really, I feel that my whole life has started to shine after suddenly...
Oh, tell us everything.
Yeah, you go ahead.
All right, well, I suppose I should start by saying... I've decided to leave the academia.
What?
It's not that I've given up on being a scholar. Instead, you could say I've found a new... I will no longer pursue research like a typical scholar, but I have not completely given up on my...
I can see what...
What do you mean?
I plan to leave the academia and return to teach here in the desert.
Wow, so you want to become...
Sataria will return to support education here and teach people from... She can't teach everyone on her own, but there are many of us Eremites all over Sumeru. She came to discuss a collab...
Yes. It's my hope that the Eremites can help me select a group of smart people with the best aptitude for teaching. I'll teach them, and that is the true meaning of education and the spread...
The people of King Deshret suffer from sandstorms, exile, and ignorance. Miss Ataria is more than welcome. The stars have always guided caravans, thieves, soldiers, and travelers who get lost in the night. They lead those in the dark.
Oh, please. Where's all of this coming from? I'm starting to feel...
You deserve these compliments. Mercenaries are accustomed to danger and don't fear death, which is why we recognize extraordinary actions the common people would easily...
Sataria's idea will bring much good to many people.
At first, I feared it was destined to fail. Everyone knows that the academia doesn't allow scholars to teach in the... As you know, all knowledge is under their surveillance and control, and very few... But what I heard at that time has been haunting my heart, as if there were lightning bolts Sataria, you tread a treacherous path, and the longer you ignore it, the tighter the academia's grasp on you will become. Sataria, why haven't you gone home? Never
Miss.
These words sparked something in me, and I knew that I had to bring something back to my people after I gathered up the courage to approach the Grand Sage, only to find that he was no longer at the Academia. Lord Sino told me that Azar didn't...
Azar has received much-needed punishment. Though, if you ask me...
Lord Sino helped me obtain permission to leave the Academia for the desert, and accompanied me here to discuss... My plan was able to go smoothly,
You're all doing so much for the desert.
Aside from that, I also have some other business to discuss.
Lesser Lord Kusanali has allocated many resources to support and develop the desert. I've done some business for her, and part of it required the assistance of the Eremites. I applied for a few batches of educational materials from the Academia, and sent them to several groups in the desert, as instructed by
That's exactly what the people here need. Physical books and other related items. If it weren't for science...
Apart from this, the Academia is also recruiting scholars that are willing to teach in the desert. We must be persistent about this, and maintain these...
This is the first time in hundreds of years we've had a glimmer of hope. Remember these words. Here lies our faithful priest, Kasala. I hope people with wisdom like that priest will rise again among the desert dwellers. Then we'll once again see the...
Enough about us. Are you here to discuss some...
No, not at all. We're actually here on... Nilu wanted to write to everyone, but she wasn't sure where the letters should be sent. A celebration feast will be held in 2 days at the Grand Bazaar. She hopes that all of you will be able to attend. At the feast, we'll also be celebrating Sino's reinstatement. Although, judging from your appearance, it seems you've already...
Celebration? Feast? It's the first I've heard of it.
Tainari was right. He really...
This feast is for you,
It's rare to see that kind of expression from Lord Sino. You must not like feasts very...
No, not really. But I'll go.
Well, I still have a lot to handle here. Besides, I need to look after Miss...
I'm afraid I won't be able to join you. Although, the message is, I'm sorry for how I treated you before. But now I understand the beauty of your dance. It's like a light shining in the sky. You and the art you symbolize are not only beautiful, but also lively and powerful. So much so that it was... Please keep dancing. And someday, I'll be able to...
Okay, we've got all that down. Our job here is complete as well. Oh, Sino, remember, party's in 2 days. Make sure you're there.
Apuntado en su mini librito.
Got it.